Hey Jags, I'm Lorelai.
And I'm TJ.
And this is your Windsor High School Video Bulletin.
I really like that we're spreading awareness on kids who are on the spectrum or have a disability.
Seeing all the moving parts and making sure they're going where they're supposed to be.
And I think really the show comes together when you can see it with the lights and the sound.
Hey Jags, it's Natalie, your ASP Jaggy Spirit Advisor. The 28th through the 31st is your Halloween Spirit Week, so I'm going to introduce to you the Spirit Days. Today is Flannel Day, so make sure to wear your flannel.
Tuesday is Twin Day.
So dress as your twin.
Wednesday is Student Teacher Swap. Students dress as your teachers.
Teachers dress as your students.
Thursday is Halloween, so be sure to dress in your best costumes.
We're hosting a Halloween costume contest at the quad at lunch, so be there or be scared. We can't wait to see all your awesome spirit. Reminder, there is no school Friday, November 1st, so stay home and have a wicked weekend. Bye, Jags.
My name is Samantha Ochoa and I am in 12th grade.
My name is Vivi and I'm in 12th grade.
My name is Darla and I am in freshman.
I started playing the viola mainly because in elementary school I played guitar, but once we got into middle school, they didn't have that program anymore. So I just decided to join the orchestra, and we were a very, very small group, very, very small middle school. I came from out of the district, and if I was to be the violist, I would be the only one. So I kind of wanted to be special like that.
At first, my mom wanted me to do a sport, but I was not very good at doing sports. So I started playing the violin at first in a mariachi camp, and that's why I first was taught how to play the violin. And then the year after, I joined orchestra in middle school, and that's how I started playing.
The reason why I've joined the orchestra, it was just to try something new. Since from middle school, it was something new, and I need to step out of my comfort zone. So I just decided to play music since I thought music is for jam. So I decided to join in and have fun there.
What makes orchestra special to me is kind of the community that we have built. In previous years, we are a normally very small group, and yeah, there are a lot of freshmen incoming, but it's just so nice. Everybody knows each other. We're all very supportive of each other, even if we don't know each other well, and I've made some really good friends there.
Orchestra is different from other types because I'm going to talk about mariachi. It's that mariachi is very more loud, playing more very strong, and orchestra is very calm, and band is just band. Band is interesting. Orchestra is just better.
Also, if anybody is interested in music or is a music lover in general, not just musicians, we have a music club. We meet on Wednesdays during lunch. Come by anytime. It's at M101, so the music room, it's near the front. It's not just for musicians. Again, it can be for music lovers or anything, and everyone is welcome to join, so please come by.
There's a CSU application workshop Monday the 21st at lunch in the Counseling Center. If you're going, please make sure to bring your laptop.
Hi, my name is Kambiz Ahmad and I teach various forms of physical science here at Windsor High School, such as chemistry, AP Physics, and physics. How did I get into teaching? Well, that question goes back to when I was a student here at Windsor High School myself. I was in the first graduating class, and we weren't on this campus. We were at the middle school campus. That's where Windsor High School originally was while they were building this. We were about to have our first chemistry class ever, and when the first exam came, the whole class was very nervous. There were no upper class members who could ask questions about what to expect. But I was very confident I was good at chemistry. These two of my classmates came up to me and they said, "Do you mind teaching us before the test after school, maybe in the library?" I said, "Yeah, that would be fine." I felt really humbled and happy. And so after school, I went to the library. If you can imagine the Windsor Middle School library, I'm sitting there. And instead of these 2 people, there were like 7 or 8 people that showed up. And I felt really important. And as I was teaching them, they were learning, they were excited. When I'm not teaching on my free time, well, other than playing music and hiking in nature with my wife, I'm constantly reading. I know the assumption is I'm probably reading about science, but I'm reading about everything except for science because I spend enough time thinking about science during school day. I read about politics, economy, philosophy, history, and such things.
Hi, I'm Isaac. Some of you know me, some of you may hate me, but one thing that we can all agree on is I'm going to be hosting Sue on the Street today. Let's go. So Nueva's doing Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. A big part of the show is that it takes place in Great Britain, which means that we have to do British accents. I wonder if the people of Windsor High School would want to say some lines from the show in British accents. We are stealing this idea from the Nueva TikTok. Go follow the Nueva TikTok. They do some great stuff. Let's go see.
There was a garden fork sticking out of the dog, and it was called Wellington, and it belonged to Mrs. Shears.
He can stay long as he needs to stay. This flat is hardly big enough for 2 people, let alone 3. He can't understand what you're saying, you know. What's he gonna do? There's no school for him to go to. We both got jobs. It's bloody ridiculous.
There was a garden fork sticking out of the dog. The dog was named Wellington. It belonged to Miss Shears, who was a friend of ours.
You know, some people have like trigger words. So like whenever I need to do a British accent, I go conk, and that gets me into it.
There was a golden fork sticking out of the dog. The dog was called Wellington. It belonged to Miss Shears, who was out with a friend. She lived on the opposite side of the road, 2 houses to the left.
So Abby here is our lead for Nueva, and so we don't even have to give them a line.
Heaven is on the other side of a black hole, then dead people would have to be fired into space on a rocket to get there, and they aren't, or people would notice.
Go on, man, look at this berry. Thank God, like a tornado.
Well, we have both been drinking.
It's Mother who gave me the milkshake, not you.
No, it's a bloody chihuahua.
You need to shout more loudly at him, like you're really angry with him, not just being nice.
The garden fork sticking out of the dog. The dog was called Wellington. It belonged to Miss Shears, who was our friend.
That was Sue on the Street. Come see the Nueva show. Go follow the Nueva TikTok. Yeah.
On Tuesday the 22nd at 9:45 a.m., Texas Christian University will be in the College and Career Center. Come meet with a university rep to learn more about their programs and application requirements.
Pacific University is visiting on Friday the 25th at 2:45 in the Counseling Center. If you are visiting, please make sure to bring your laptop.
Hey guys, it's me Ben. It's time for your weekly sports segment. Let's get started. On Tuesday the 22nd, freshman, JV, and varsity girls volleyball have a away game against Newman starting at 4:30 for freshmen, 5:30 for JV, and 6:30 for varsity. On Thursday the 24th, the freshman boys football team have a home game against Vintage starting at 6 p.m. Also on Thursday, the freshman girls volleyball team have an away game against Ukiah starting at 4:30 p.m. JV and varsity girls volleyball teams also have a home game against Santa Rosa on Thursday starting at 5 for JV and 6 for varsity. And finally, on Friday the 25th, JV and varsity football teams have an away game against Vintage with JV starting at 4:30 and varsity starting at 7. And now, let's hear some thoughts from our coaches from last week's Newman game.
Hey guys, it's me, Ben. I'm here with the offensive coordinator and the head coach of the JV football team. What is your name?
Larry Arterberry.
And I'm going to be asking you a couple questions about the start and the end of the game, maybe. Okay. So how are you feeling about your team before the game?
You know, I felt really good about it. We had a really good practice this week.
And how did you feel at the end of the game?
Well, like I told the team, it was a lot of big plays on both sides. They got the last big play, but I felt we played good enough to win the game. I'm not mad because we lost. I'm more disappointed the way we lost.
And is there anything you're gonna try to work on specifically in practice from here on?
Just working on execution, make sure we do certain plays right. We got our work cut out for us.
Well, thank you for your time. We're here with the JV defensive coordinator. What is your name?
Daniel Tynan.
And we've got a couple questions for him after the JV game versus Cardinal Newman. So the first question we have is, how did you and your team feel coming into the game?
We felt pretty good. We had I think you try to look at the other team and do they threw the ball deep well. We worked in practice on that a lot. Changed our scheme a little to get more pressure on the quarterback. We did that pretty well. We did a lot of things that we worked on during the week. We did them in the game. We had a couple breakdowns on defense, miscommunication, and they hit long passes and wound up coming back to win.
And do you think that there's anything that you're going to specifically work on in practice to improve for next time?
We've been working on a lot of fundamental things, tackling, running to the ball, lining up right. One of our weaknesses is communication when we're playing defense.
That's good. Well, thank you for your time. It was nice to meet you. And that was the JV defensive coordinator. Hey guys, it's me, Ben. I'm here with the defensive line coach of the varsity football team, and we're going to ask him a couple questions. So first thing is, what's your name?
Ryan Collingwood.
And they just had a really tough battle against Cardinal Newman. So the first question we have for you is, were you confident coming into the game?
Yeah, we were very confident. The coaching staff put together a really good game plan. We busted our butts prepping. I mean, we spent hours and hours and hours prepping, watching video, getting game plans going on, scheming. So we were very confident going into this, absolutely.
And now after, do you think that you guys played as best as you could?
Well, I mean, we left it all out on the field, which as a coach, that's what you want, right, at the end of the day. And, we had some mental errors throughout the game and whatnot, through both halves. So we got to kind of tighten those things up a little bit. But overall, I mean, as a coach, as long as they leave it all out on the field and, no regrets, that's all I ask. And that's what they did. So you know what? Sometimes you win some and you lose some. Yep. That's just the reality of it.
This has been your Windsor High School Video Bulletin. See you guys next week.
Bye, Jags.
Hi, I'm Isaac. In this election season, America is more divided than ever. So let's go to Britain. Hi, I'm Isaac, and I'm in your dad's ear, and I want to go home. Too niche? There was a garden fork sticking out of the dog. The dog was called Wellington. It belonged to Mrs. Shears, who was our friend. She lived on the opposite side of the road, 2 houses to the left! And scene. Thank you very much. That's...
CSU application workshop is flip Monday.